day and welcome to the third episode of ISTE's Late Night Audio Podcast. Now it's been a few months since the year 2020 has ended. The year of TikTok cringe and the coronavirus was given a befitting farewell. Now to the first year audience members whose memories of JE are still fresh, who are yet to taste the sinful life of college, let me give you my point of view of every freshman's concern before coming to college. Food. On the first day of campus, when you head to the mess and are delighted at the sight of pani puri, bread, butter, jam and whatnot, you immediately pull your camera out and there goes the photo to all your family groups. Hashtag best college, best food. Curious about the menu, you are among the first few people to enter the mess for dinner. With interesting dishes lined up one after the other, you have no clue as to which one you should eat today. Something new every day. Ice cream, fruits. Wait, didn't we eat this last week? Wait, this again? Wait, I can recite today's mess menu to you. Wanting to try something different, you order from the night canteen. There you go, a new routine. A shawarma day keeps the cravings at bay. But how long before you stumble down the dizzying path of Luzzie's pizza, bourbon, and get wrecked at Red Rock? On Sip-ons, of course. What else? I know for a fact that any fresher who claims to have joined NITK for ranking, quality of education, and or any other quality is full of crap. You joined for the beach, didn't you? In reality, all we have is a private gate that is open for only 4 hours a day. However, that is just a trivial issue since you may easily use the beautiful side routes from outside campus. The colors of the sky above the sea will mesmerize you, and the photos will fill your homesick hearts and Instagram feed. It's a beautiful sight on sunny days with bright blue skies and soothing waves. If you do decide to step inside the water, get ready to become salty. Literally. But do remember, kids, don't venture into the water any further than you can kneel. These waters aren't meant to be messed with. Unlike the proctoring in our online exams, ever had to indulge in the unethical practice of using an online calculator and had to wait for those painfully long seconds for each step of the answer? Or had to beg that one college friend you haven't talked to in months to give you credentials to an academic help website? Well, of course, me neither. I mean, who does that? Ew! From untouched books to unopened PDFs, elaborate sign languages to groups of people who collaborate for mutually assured success. We have come a long way. Our typing skills quickened and our teamwork and communication skills at their very peak. These online exams have provided us multiple opportunities to work on our soft skills. However, with the scoring at an all-time high and learning at an all-time low, online tests have been surprisingly good for student morale. Among the few positive things that this lifestyle has shown us, let us not forget how hectic our pre-COVID lives were. I believe that we have actually had more time to ourselves and for self-care as well. And I hope that this will be something that we don't dispose of once we get out of our houses and get on with our lives. The SEM is only worse socially because we're depressed alone rather than being depressed together. Anyways, most of us have missed our daily interactions with our friends. Well, at least some of them. And wouldn't like anything more than to return to those late night shenanigans. Stay with us as we get up to some more shenanigans with our favorite weatherman turned fortune teller for some incredibly accurate predictions for 2021. Without further ado, we have our in-house astrologer.
Ha ha, see, I can look into the future. In your face, lady suing me, my therapist, and you too, mom.
Weren't you the correspondent in our first podcast?
Oh no. That is my twin brother. I am Ashwin with an H and that is Ashwin without an H.
Anyway, let's see what my crystal ball shows us for the top 3 predictions for NITK in 2021. Super Mama ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Play some nice sound effects there. Alright. Beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Whoosh. I can see it. I see the future. There's an empty NITK, a very quickly ticking clock, a matchbox, Christmas presents with some ugly wrapping, and one big ass iguana. I see. I can make sense of all this gibberish. Makes sense. Makes sense. So the ball seems to be telling me that the members of Matchless Gifts will be swooping in and scooping up a few poor souls, inducting them into their organization cult. The bizarre sounds and the racing clock tell me that the NC delivery guy will actually make deliveries in the promised 5 minutes. And for the finale, we have Desi Godzilla emerging from the NITK beach and the mindless monkeys of our campus, combining their powers to become King Kong for a mega promo showdown. Rush to the theaters now to watch Monkey kick some laser lizard butt. No. Let me try that again. Rush to the theaters now to watch Monkey kick some laser lizard butt. Nailed it. I gotta call my agent, man. I need this promo gig. Anyway, rest assured this is going to be a very interesting year. For more stellar predictions like these, subscribe to my OnlyFans to get one-on-one access and live sessions with me. Link in the description. My time here is done. So when am I getting paid?
Um, Sorry, we don't have the budget for that.
Oh, all right, all right. Beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
Oh boy. I'm not sure about the others, but the NC delivery prediction seems a little too far fetched. What does your crystal ball say about the guest we're interviewing this time? If you guessed in a Nightingale alumni turned professional singer, you're right. Joining us on this episode is Lakshmi Pradeep, interviewed by Anuja.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the interview segment of ISTE and NITK's Late Night Podcast. We have with us today a famous Indian playback singer, finalist of Airtel Super Singer 5, and social media sensation, our beloved NITK alumni Lakshmi Pradeep. A very warm welcome to you.
Thank you so much, Anuja. That was quite an impressive introduction.
So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great too, thank you. So, to begin with, we have a fun segment for you, and it's called Never Have I Ever. I'm sure you must have played this before.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting with the first question. Never have I ever lost my shit when a famous singer attended or collabed at my show.
Of course, many times.
Tell us about it. How was it like?
I always get, the starstruck when I meet these too many famous singers and musicians, or even actors for that. So I totally lose my shit. Actually, I sneak photographs and I just act all really nervous, and I sometimes even mess up my singing because of that. So it happens to me quite a lot.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, second question. Never have I ever forgotten the lyrics to a song while performing on stage.
Of course, many times. But now I think it's easier because we can keep the lyrics in front of us, but even then we sometimes mess it up.
Right. So there are some perks of this corona times.
Yeah, I guess.
Never have I ever secretly captured selfies with the other famous playback singers.
All the time. Let's just keep it that way, I guess. I do that all the time. I've actually even got a selfie with A.R. Rahman for that. He was just looking somewhere. I happened to be sitting right in front of him. So I just, sneaked a selfie with him without him knowing.
That's amazing, actually.
Yeah, it was quite a moment.
Never have I ever crushed on anyone from the MC.
That I guess no. I mean, MC was more like, friends, family sort of an atmosphere there. Never had a crush.
Okay. Never have I ever gone a week on mess food.
I don't remember doing that in my second, third, or final year, but probably in the initial days of first semester, probably yes. We were just too scared to do anything outside. We never knew about the night canteens and all of that. So probably at that time, I guess I probably might have gone a week with mess food, but not after that.
Right, right. Never have I ever been asked for an autograph in an ITK by a fan.
No. That
Gonna happen
hasn't
soon.
happened.
It's gonna happen soon. Never have I made plans to go on Indian Idol.
No, I haven't. I don't have plans. But my mother is quite obsessed with it. She wants me to go for it, but I guess I have no plans for that.
Never have I ever sang my favorite song at ISTE and ITK's Late Night Podcast.
I guess I have not.
So let's make it happen.
Great. I will do. Okay, so I'll just quickly think of a song. Okay. आपकी नजरों ने समझा प्यार के काबिल मुझे दिल की धड़कन ठहर जा मिल गई मंजिल मुझे आपकी नजरों ने समझा. There you go.
That was so beautiful. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so that was a really fun segment, and it also gave our listeners some insight to your life, just some. So to move on with our podcast, let's start off with our first question.
Okay.
We are very curious as to how did your journey of becoming a musician begin?
It's not a very interesting story. Let me just, I'll just start off with that. Music has always been in our family, especially in my mother's side. There are a couple of musicians. So, I've eventually grown up listening to a lot of music, and from a very young age, my mother has attempted to teach me music as well. So it's always been there. And I think even today, there has never been a point in my life where I really, thought this is the purpose of life. Music is my purpose of life. It's just something that I've grown up with, and I would like to continue doing. It's as simple as that.
To conclude, any final words of advice for someone who wishes to build a career in the music industry?
Oh God. Okay, I don't think I deserve to advise anyone, because I myself probably won't follow half the advices that I'm going to give right now. But firstly is obviously practice. There's no substitute for practice. And also learning music. There's no, you'll have to keep learning more and more. If you just have to keep challenging yourself, and that's the only way you can grow. And also you will need to have a lot of patience in this field, because this profession as such is a very, very challenging profession, and there'll be a lot of competition. You will face a lot of rejections. Also, all that's a part of this. So you'll need patience. You'll have to have a lot of determination and trust in yourself, trust in your talent. So it's not easy, but of course, it's such a great profession. It's such a great profession to be a part of, and it's worth all the hard work that you put in for it.
Yes. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was such a fun segment, and such an honor to be actually recognized for this podcast. So thank you to you guys as well.
Thank you so much, and we wish you the best of luck for your future endeavors. And with this, Lakshmi and I will be signing off. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.
Since we can't all become professional singers, we've got to find some other way to distract ourselves from boring old college life. Let's check in with our review correspondent, Susmita Saha, to see what she has in store for us.
After a long week at college with an ungodly number of tests you had to write, assignments you had to copy, and projects you had to scam from your seniors, signing your soul after them in the process, How do you blow off some steam? Well, the answer is simple. You take a bus to Manipal or the Sasta Bangalore for a weekend getaway. So you board one of those express buses where hopefully you won't have to stand for the next 45 minutes. But we're never that lucky, right? So after an hour of filling your head with wild expectations and constantly being shoved around by the conductor in his endless missions to deny you a seat, you deboard to your escape for the weekend. ISTE rates the bus ride 4 leg days at the gym. Now, Manipal is known, at least to NITK students, for its very scenic and very vivid nightlife. So that's where our first destination will be. The first blow to your self esteem happens when the bouncer stops you right outside the door and says, "No stag entries." Huh, why did your sibling have to get all the good genes? After coughing up close to 800 rupees in entry fees and throwing away a fake ID that says you study in Manipal, you enter the club to hear music blasting away loud enough to rip your ears from your body, and you find yourself in the middle of 12 sweaty dudes trying to dance their way to the toilets. Then and there, your dreams of being the next Barney Stinson come crashing down, similar to how you wiped out on the dance floor. ISTE rates the nightlife 2 red rocks. Now, if you're sober enough yourself and don't have any drunk friends to take care of, your next ideal pit stop is mostly going to be one of the many eateries at Manipal. With the wide range of restaurants available and having prices that are mostly student friendly, Manipal is the ideal place to help revive your taste buds after a week of exceptional mess food. From idli and dosa in pice tiffins or the roadside vada pav stall that might not trouble you too much financially, to the explosion on your tongue at grub monkeys that might burn a few holes in your pocket, a lack of variety is not something you should expect. ISTE rates the food 3.5 Sanjeev Kapoors. After that, you pick a cheap lodge to crash for the night and instantly regret making cheap choices in life. It's not like you have a choice at this point anyway with all the food and the entry fees. If you're lucky, you won't find stains in your bed or creepy crawlies in the sink. But at least the lights turn off and the fans turn on, so you thank your lucky stars and drop like a stone. ISTE rates the lodges guilty of a refund. The next morning, you wake up with a crazy hangover and hopefully half your memories are still intact after last night. Before you decide to head back, you remember the one friend from MIT who has been a bigger headache than your current headache and has been after you to visit his campus. Now, as an NITK student, entering the MIT campus is the worst thing you can do to yourself. You start experiencing a major life crisis when you notice that your choice of food extends across 6 to 7 food stalls in the main cafeteria and not the 3 tubs of rice, dal, and chapati. You feel the air conditioner in the most random places and only wish your roommates back in college agreed to pitch in for an air cooler for your room. ISTE rates the MIT campus as high as the disparity between DASA and JOSA fees. After all this, eventually the time will come when you board that bus back to NITK. You experience a range of emotions. Sadness from having to leave? Yes. Regretting having a hole in your pocket? Absolutely not. So as a whole, ISTE rates the Manipal experience one bad dream. Not to say you won't do it again next week.
We've come full circle from what should have been a 15-day break last March to an entire year online. And with that, we've also come to the end of this episode of our podcast. So take care and stay safe until the next episode.